From AccuWeather.com, this is AccuWeather Daily, a brief host-read article. It's weather news in a nutshell. After much of the country enjoyed unseasonably warmer weather in the past week or so, AccuWeather meteorologists are advising that drastically colder air from the Arctic will invade the central, the southern, and the eastern states, and could set up a stormy pattern with areas of substantial snow and ice for much of the first half of January. AccuWeather lead long-range expert Paul Pastelak said the bulk of the cold is likely to occur before the middle of the month and may be so extreme that this could end up being the coldest January since 2011 for the U.S. as a whole. The severity of the cold air could be dangerous, damaging, and disruptive, and is expected to create a big surge in demand for heating, leading to higher energy bills. The jet stream pattern, which has been generally west to east, will soon develop a large southward buckle, and as this occurs, the doors to the Arctic will open wide. The big dip in the jet stream will evolve in stages next week and not in one sudden massive shift. The first exploits of colder air will begin during the middle and latter part of next week. But then, as the jet stream dip continues to evolve, the Arctic Express will kick into high gear during the first full week of January. Pastelak said the first large and long-tracking Arctic high-pressure area will sink southward across the plains and impact Texas early next week. This air mass will continue to follow the storm along the Gulf Coast, Tennessee Valley, and Southeast January 8th and 9th. The end result will direct a significant amount of Arctic air directly southward over the north-central states and then into parts of the south-central and southeast states. AccuWeather's Senior Director of Forecasting Operations, Dan DePodwin, said that the last 2 Januaries in the upper Midwest have been well above the historical average. As the cold air deepens and tightens its grip before the middle of January, sub-zero temperatures will be felt over a portion of the north-central states. As more information becomes available, temperature forecasts may trend downward. Should the cold wave evolve to its full potential, temperature departures could plunge 30 to 40 degrees below the historical average from the Midwest to the interior Southeast for several days during the first to second full week of January. In the Southeast, this January could end up being the coldest since January of 2018. Cold air of this magnitude over hundreds of thousands of square miles could cause power grid issues. Penetrating waves of cold air into the south central and southeast states during the pattern could lead to problems with frozen pipes and water damage in poorly insulated or exposed homes and buildings. Portions of the southern states may experience many consecutive hours or days where temperatures remain below freezing. Some pump systems may struggle to keep up. Similar Arctic outbreaks in the past have tested the electric grid. As much colder air blasts across the Great Lakes and into the Northeast in waves, it will unleash shifting bands of heavy lake-effect snow that can hamper travel, increase the risk of multiple vehicle pileups, and even close some major highways at times. Multiple feet of snow may bury some communities where the bands of heaviest lake-effect snow persist. That's all for now. You can find more stories and regional forecasts at AccuWeather.com, and for your local forecast at your fingertips, download the AccuWeather app. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll be back tomorrow with more from AccuWeather.